In 2021, we started a pilot with InsideTrack that was focused on engaging students who had unenrolled in their institution in the 2 years prior. The goal there was pandemic related, but it was really about getting an initial touch point to those students who had stopped on their journey to completion and to figure out what sorts of approaches or strategies we could use to get them to re-engage in their educational journey. We worked with InsideTrack to identify 4,000 individuals who had recently stopped out of their HBCU or PBI, with the aspiration that if we hit every mark, if we implemented the partnership with Fidelity, that we would get about 4% of those students to re-enroll. We tried our best, we made some mistakes, and we didn't hit the 4% goal. We actually made it to 8.6%. We more than doubled the outcome that we had anticipated from that initial pilot. That told us something, you know, when we learned that institutions were thinking carefully about how to make best use of this opportunity, when we saw the opportunity to partner with InsideTrack lead to other transformations within the institution, the adoption of new policies on academic or financial holds, thinking about new innovations to help students with tuition supports, the ways that institutions rallied around making sure that their staff and faculty were aware of the new students who would be returning so that they could provide opportunity for support and engagement. We saw one opportunity ripple into additional transformations that once again lifted the tide of the entire organization. And so it's been tremendous to see. The folks who are involved in that pilot still communicate with each other and with us regularly. And we are beginning through this work to really build a HBCU student success community of practice that I think could sustain for a long time to come.
One of the powerful things about coaching, InsideTrack coaching in particular, is that it is developmental. It stands out in terms, its goal is to be holistic. It is meant for the learner to be a part of a process where they have a thought partner, they have a facilitator at time, perhaps an advisor, but it's not transactional, it's not prescriptive. When you look at HBCU culture, one of the key components and attributes is this sense of belonging. It's a way of understanding an individual at a very personal level. And so coaching really situates itself well in this culture because coaching allows for students to be seen, to be heard, and also developed in a way that allows them to have a new toolkit, a new set of skills through that coaching relationship that once it ends, they're able to coach themselves and problem solve and strategize and take on different educational goals, but also different career opportunities. And so that happening at an HBCU is very fitting because that's the type of care and insight that HBCUs want to provide their students. So it's a home run.